Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Feed the Beast StoneBlock 3. Today I'm going to continue on my journey into getting further into Project E. And you probably notice in my hand I've got some Eternus fuel blocks, as well as a lot of Eternus fuel in my inventory. Yeah, I kind of let it go AFK for a bit while I was doing some other stuff, as one does with Project E. And yeah, a lot of things get made. So I've still got each of them are processing Mobius fuel blocks into the Eternus fuel blocks right now, which I think, yeah, that's the next step for those ones. So that's pretty much what's been happening. They're all in here. I don't think this is an ideal setup. There's plenty more I can do, but I will say that the quest tree seems a little bit confusing because it starts you off with an energy condenser and then tells you to go to energy collectors. But in order to make an energy condenser, you need to already have had access to red matter and dark matter, which I find strange. But either way, I'm doing it nonetheless. So I've got all the materials I now need in order to make an energy condenser, because I've just been waiting on this stuff. Because I need things like dark matter, which I think I can just straight up create dark matter. Whoops, there we go. I can straight up create dark matter like this. With all the stuff that I've got in my inventory, plus the diamond blocks I've got in there. So let's start making some of these. And for now, I think I'm going to put the rest of this Eternus fuel in here. I don't think that the Eternus fuel blocks have a... Oh, they do have a use. Well, I'll put those in there as well. As well as that clears that up a little bit. Now, what do I need for a straight up energy condenser? A dirt chest. That should be pretty basic. There, made that. If you're not familiar with the Dirt Chest 9000, it's an age-old thing. You can put your dirt in there. Oh, hello, trader. What do you have for me today? You have Nautilus shells. Oh, as well as a globe and a bunch of other, like, player heads. But I will take the Nautilus shells. This will allow me to get some things that I've been trying to get for some time. Actually, that was very convenient timing. Thank you very much for coming by. We'll see you next time. I'll come back to those Nautilus shells. We're definitely going to be using those. Take all these things, and I'm going to go put them in this setup here, but one at a time, I think. Let's go around this side so I can actually see it a little bit better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items, and then that gets a laser beam. There we go. We got it. The energy condenser. That's what I've been waiting for, and I forgot. I think now this is kind of weird, but I'm gonna try removing this. And I don't remember if I set the energy condenser here, if it gets the power from them. It doesn't. I think it's just whatever you dump in here then. Okay, well, today I learned. We'll just put that back for now, and I can just set this down at the moment. So there's gonna be ways that I'm sure that I can transfer things. But for now, I could put this... Oh shoot, I don't remember which spot it goes in. I think this is the target. And then whatever I put in here is what it tries producing more of. So if I put this here... Oh, I don't... It's just a ghost of an item? Did I not even need the nether star? Doesn't matter. I've got one anyway. So let's just grab this and get something that's high EMC. Emerald blocks. That seems pretty appropriate. Let's take a bunch of those. And we'll just dump those in here. And see what we can get. Oh, look at all the nether stars. We've got stacks of nether stars now. This is great. Okay, so that should keep me going in nether stars for a few minutes at least. So I can upgrade my backpack. I can do all sorts of crazy stuff now. Yeah, so more or less this energy condenser will mass produce anything you want. You just trade the items for those items. Yeah, I think I've got a decent amount. Once this is done... Oh, there's still plenty left over. Okay, it finally stopped. Let's take this, take all these out, and I will put nether stars in the system. Oh yeah. But let's not forget, I got a Nautilus shell, and oh, blocks of raw gold, really? Ooh. There we go. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff processed off of this. Very simple. But I can take this raw gold, make the butterbean blocks here. We're going to take a couple of those. Let's see about making one of these. There we go. I now have a temporal pouch. And this slowly accumulates time while in a player's inventory. Use on a ticking block to accelerate it using some of the stored time from the pouch. And it basically will build pouch time over time, and then I can use this to occasionally increase the speed that items will take. You know, so for instance, while I was waiting for this, if I had had one of these things in my inventory for, let's say, several hours worth of gameplay, then I were to use it on this, I could speed it up by that much time by using this. Not that I've really used one of these before. Gadgets against grind, nice. So it contains 40 seconds worth of time. So, do I... Oh, there we go. So at 2 times speed? Okay. So it can then increase the speed at which something works. So how do I stop that from doing things? I think that's it, or... No, this one's doing its thing. That one, time remaining. Okay, so it's still doing it, and it does it at 2 times speed. Okay. Is there a way that I can, like, change this to be more than just double time? I don't think so, but it looks like it did finish, and it's just used a little bit of that speed up time to process things. So if there's something that's taking a little bit of time, I can use it now to kind of speed it up at the very least for ×2 speed. Well, let's grab the reward from the energy condenser. Diamond upgrade, that's not bad. That'll come in handy. An energy collector. Well, I suppose I could just grab one of these ones. I think it'll take any of them. This one, any of these not have much in it. Probably that one up there, I guess. Yeah, that one's got 49,000. So maybe I'll take this one. And there we go. I got that accomplished. I probably could have just made one, but meh. I'm not too bothered by it. There we go. Oh, and I can put these inside and toss the Eternus fuel back in there. There we go. That's an energy collector one completed. They passively generate EMC, sending it out to adjacent blocks like the energy condenser. But they didn't. They didn't, though. Huh. Unless there's something that's specifically needed. Let's see, if I put this here, nothing is going in, but maybe it's because I've got stuff in here right now being converted. No, I don't think so. So what if I put one of those in there? It is doing it. Oh, and it's draining. Okay. All right, let's cancel. So it was my fault. My bad. I misunderstood. And this is where this comes in handy, and you can get things to process the way that you want. Okay, so Herculean flux storage. Oh, that's flux storage from Flux Networks. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that in future episode or something. I don't think I'm going to do it today. But if I put this here, and then I take these out and process some of this stuff a little bit more. There we go. So by taking all of the things out of those ones, oh, including this one, let's take that out too. Any of the power that's in there can be used to make things like Eternus fuel blocks. So then it will gather all the power, the EMC from all the other ones connected. Yes, okay, so then I could also have this coming out front if I wanted to. So in this case, now I can make things that I want with the energy condensers. So let's get some glowstone, and I can put these in front of these as well, thus allowing it to produce things even faster, and I just have to access this one side. Now, you can also have it down underneath or something like that, but I'm just going to find this a little bit easier to access right where it's at, like this. There we go. Oh, and it just made one, just like that. Cool. So I've made what often is referred to as a power flower, or a power tower. I don't know what you want to call it, but usually the access is at the bottom instead of the side. So it kind of looks like a giant glowstone flower back in the day. I guess it kind of still does, but yeah. So it's saying make higher tier energy collectors. Energy collectors from the add-on Extended Exchange reach much higher tiers, producing exponentially more EMC per second. Okay. Oh, and it'll use any of those ones. So I can just straight up convert that into this. Oh, okay, so instead of it constantly producing the EMC, it does the same quantity, just dumps it once a second instead of like every tick, which is like 20 times. So it's a lot less tick intensive. So I can just take these, convert them all into Mark IIIs. There we go. And then put them all back. They should all function the same way. Put the energy condenser back in there, then I can have it make like Mobius fuel, for example. Yeah, look at that. It just like chunks up instead of like constantly counting. Yeah, that's definitely going to be better. Oh, something else that I had in my inventory. I made a Flugel Tiara, which was just a bunch of those Gaia spirits, Elementium ingots, feathers, and Ender air bottles. I don't know if you recall last episode I said, oh, I don't have any Ender air bottles. Well, guess what I found in my inventory system? Ender air bottles. I must have gotten them from either mob drops or bee drops or something like that. Speaking of, there's another bee somewhere around here. There it is. Let me get my poppy. There we go. And then it can just fly up to me. Yeah, how appropriately timed. But I can put this in the head slot, and I can use it to fly for short periods of time. Of course, it does require me to have mana, which I've got that mana mirror, and I can just double click or jump and double click in the air, and I'm flying, and you can see the little wings are like slowly diminishing. This is the speed with which, or the amount of time that I have to actually fly, and then once I land, it will slowly regenerate over time. So it's kind of like you can use it as you get it type thing. It's limited flight, but I really do like it. It's going to be handy for getting around machines and things like that. Looks like that bee's done. Oh, I got some more dark matter. And I was thinking that I might take this Flugel Tiara and actually customize it to be a little bit more interesting and go with the Flugel wings, which is just it plus nether quartz, and then craft it in my inventory. And then it gives a little bit more interesting of a look on my character? Or not? Oh, might help if I turn that on. There we go. Now you can see I can look at you through my little like halo. Hello. A neutronium block as a reward for the energy collectors? Really? So I've got neutronium ingots now. Wait a minute. Does it have... It does not have an EMC rate. Okay. I'm going to put that in the system for the moment, but I have a feeling I'm going to be getting into that shortly as well. And there's antimatter stuff. Let's see, alchemy table. The Philosopher's Stone. I could probably make one of those now. Let's do that, because I've got all those nether stars. Oh my gosh. And I can just straight up convert things, but I think it can be used as well. But I can now use this to make other things. For instance, you can use like alchemical coal, Mobius fuel. It's sort of like a portable energy condenser in a way. Oh, that's right, interdiction torches. If you're not familiar with those, they're like a torch that can creates a protective bubble against mobs, and I believe also their projectiles. But this does progress me towards a Watch of Flowing Time, as well as Mobius fuel. And I noticed these things all have the black bar at the bottom. I always thought the Philosopher's Stone, the black bar, I thought that was like a stand for it, but I'm guessing now it's like a fuel rating or something. But I'm going to want to make some of these. These things are definitely going to be important. Obsidian, glowstone, dark matter blocks. Yep, I'm going to need some of those. Well, that gets me another Herculean flux storage, which is great. Klein stars. Not sure what I'm going to need these for. There's a lot of different versions, and each one is more expensive than the last. As well as magnum stars. Store EMC in your inventory. Oh, okay. I suppose I could try just making one, though. I need to make Mobius fuel. My bad. I accidentally clicked on the ground and started alchemizing things. I don't want to do that. And then maybe I can make one of these. Okay. Does that complete it? It did complete it. Klein star. And then 4 of those makes one of these, and 4 makes the next one, 4 makes the next one, and so on. Oh, and it looks like the dark matter tools are going to lead into the red matter tools as well, so I might as well at least make one of those. Let's start with the dark matter sword. Oh. That requires a silverfish heart. And those are not exactly easy to come up with. What? Dragon eggs? Blocks of terra steel, that's not a problem. Do these things have... Some of these things have EMC values like ice. Oh, the terra steel does not. The dragon egg does. And the focus of summoning? Okay, so there's a lot of things. And these need to be superheated. Oh my gosh. Drops from the Mother Silverfish. Summon in the boss dungeon beyond the end ring. That sounds quite interesting to me. Not that I've actually fought the second stage of the the Botania bosses, the Gaia Guardian, but that is something to think about here. Let's take a look at the armor. Those require Silverfish hearts as well. Why would I want to do that when they're not as good as my refined obsidian stuff? I don't know. Looking at the next chapter, Densitas Infinita. It's a lot of singularity stuff. Yep. Make a crystal matrix ingot. I could actually probably do that. Yeah, I could definitely do that. We're going to put this on the list and that on the list just to be sure. Diamond lattice. Netherite scrap. I didn't even think about that. Oh. Let's get myself a good supply of this right away. Let's take one of these, a couple of these out, and we'll take this out, put this here. And that's actually rather expensive. What if I put one of these in here? That only gets me 8. All right, let's get some stuff to convert. Let's put in some blocks of netherite, and that should help convert it to netherite scrap. And I can get a few stacks of that as a backup, and I don't need to worry about it anymore. Yeah, that's going to be going for some time, and I've got several stacks of it already, so I might just stop it from producing that. Put one of these ways back in there. Let's just make a few here. We'll make one stack. I probably should have just clicked the one stack version, but crystal matrix ingots. There we go. I got 16 of them to start with, and I feel like that's a pretty good start. Get a reward of ultimate pipe upgrade. That's cool. I like those. Ultimate crafting table. Double compressed crafting table? Really? And a bunch of crystal matrix ingots. All right. I will get right on that. And there we go. That should be the last of it. I have the item being made here. Yeah, I just compressed a bunch of stone crafting tables. You don't really need to see that being done. That was rather bland and boring, but there we go. One of these extreme crafting tables, which I hate because it's actually a joke item. I need to know if I can mine this. If I lose it. No, I don't. Okay, that's good to know. So I can still put some of this stuff away. Let's drop those ingots in there, and that should complete the quest that I had for that. Gave me a sigil of magnetism. Nice. Neutron collector. This is going to be important. And this generates a single tiny pile of neutrons every 6 or so minutes. What is it to make those? Oh dear. That's a lot of quartz, redstone, crystal matrix ingots, and iron. Alternately, I could make 58 mechanical crafters to make these. Oh, and then set that up. That's a bit nuts. Yikes. I might just make a whole bunch of neutron collectors and put them in my EMC back room area here. And maybe like line the walls with them or something. Let's just put the rest of this in here. There we go. Neutron collectors. 1 stack. Or not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that was really weird. Funny thing, I should have just made one of these and then I could have probably EMC'd them, but oh well. There we go. I currently have an entire wall of neutron collectors, and as they get higher in percentage, they'll eventually collect like a little dust, something like that, and they should be able to produce more of another type of material we're going to need, which is the pile of neutrons, which I think we get piles of those, and then you can combine them to make the neutronium nuggets. Then you can use those to make the neutronium ingots. Then you can use those to make the neutronium blocks. And yeah, we've got one neutronium block from that one quest reward as well. And I think this is a perfect time for me to mess around a little bit with LaserIO. I've never used it. I don't know much about it, but I think that it's going to be pretty good to start with. And I got some as a reward, some laser nodes, and I know that you need those. And the connectors can help like move things around. So I might end up using some of those as well. And then I'm going to want to add in some stuff in here so that these can, oh, they don't cook in there. Regular furnace, that works. Okay. Just put all these in here to get smelted. and I can just grab the output of these. Quite lovely. Then I need to make the laser connectors, which I should be able to make all the... Do I need these for anything else before I go totally not? Yes, I do. So I should leave some for those. Okay. Then laser nodes. I can make those. Okay, there. That looks like a pretty well-balanced amount of this stuff, because I think that the connectors aren't going to be used quite as much as the laser nodes themselves. And I think I can put like one on each one. Let's see, I'm facing south now. That is east. So if I put this on here, and then it says west, if I click on east, I can have it potentially connect to other stuff. For now, though, I think I'm just going to do this and see how things go. Is it crazy? Yes. Is it ridiculous? Of course. But this is my first foray into something, and I'm going absolutely huge with it. So we're going to see how this turns out. Okay, there we go. That's a lot. That's a lot of laser nodes. And I still feel like I could probably use a little bit more space back here for just getting around a little better. There we go. What I'm going to want is probably, because I think these go... I think they're like actual editions where they can only go like so many blocks. And so I'm going to guess maybe like 8 blocks. So if I put this one here, then perhaps I can have one every so often, just connecting all the way down to the end. Let's do this. And then maybe we can have another node going to that. And we'll need another one of these here. There we go. So I think the initial setup looks like it'll work okay. It looks a bit crazy to me, but we'll see how things go. And I know that I need to have upgrades in here. So let's try just getting one of these connected to this laser node first. Looking at LaserIO stuff, we've got item cards, fluid cards, energy cards, redstone cards, filters. I don't really need any filters or anything. Overclockers will probably... No, actually we probably don't want those because these process rather slow. Wait, I can only hold one at a time. Oh no. Oh no, that's gonna be... Wow, okay. That's gonna be a bit annoying for me to carry. They don't stack. Okay. Either way, I still need to figure out how this works. So let's go with 1 and 1. All right, and then if I open this one, I don't want it on the west side. I want it on east side here. Actually, do I need to like... Oh, okay. Insert default. Wow, this is a bit interesting of stuff here. I'll take one of these piles of neutrons. So actually, we're going to want it to connect to another one, don't we? Do I just like sneak click something? Wait, I probably like laser wrench one, then the other, sneak, then click. Is that all there is to it? Do I really not need all these cards? Let me take these cards. So I've got a little red laser beam, and it's still got the pile of neutrons in there. This I'm going to need to actually feed into the east side, which actually, now that I think about it, let's see. Yes, I think I want it to feed into the east side. So first, I think I need to put stuff in the compacting drawer. There we go. Yes, that will automatically convert everything. I don't need any kind of crafter or anything like that. No power sources needed. It can just automatically happen. So with that, this one still has a pile of neutrons in it. So I need it to actually remove things from inside. So maybe that's where I need stuff to happen. I'm going to need this to insert, extract, stock, sensor, insert. So if this one, oops, I keep putting them in there. If this one says to insert, default down, up, north, south, west. What side is this side? That is the west side. Okay. Channel 0. Okay. And that's it. Redstone ignored. Doesn't really need a priority. What if I put that in there then? And it's on the west side. Does it start inserting things from here? I didn't see anything move. It only has one still, so it's not doing anything. This one. What if I do extract east? So I extract from the east side. Oh shoot, I've got these reversed. So I think actually by inserting the things on the proper sides, it actually makes things a lot easier. Because when I was just trying to insert it on any side, the little laser beams weren't showing up. And it seems to have grabbed the item. So now it would seem that I need to like access on that side. That would be really annoying if that's the case. But let's see what I've got here. An item card, extract west, sneaky west. I don't know if that's required or something. Huh. So what happens if I just do one of these and it's on its default settings, and I do this? It just automatically does it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe I do want to take a little time to set these up in a little bit easier fashion, because this is just going to be so much quicker to click on this side than it is to try and manipulate it inside the item terminal. So yeah, you can already see that I'm like making some big mistakes here. I think this is going to be a really useful item, but I don't think that this is actually the best way that I can go with this for now. I'm going to keep these for future product, and in the meantime, I'm going to just like remove all of these, and I'm going to use a standard pipe system because it doesn't need to be that complex. I figured I'd try around with this, but I think I was making it way too big of a project for myself. All right, when in doubt, stick with what you know, right? So I think this will make things a little bit simpler for me at the moment, at least. If I take this, then I just need to run down here and click all these. I think it's just a sneak click. Yep, so I'll have to sneak click all the pipe ends, and then I'll be good to go. There. Now, everything should be going in here. And we already have at least an ingot or two. We've got 13 nuggets, and a bunch of that is currently producing. Okay. Whew. Now, that was a little bit more effort than I thought it would be, but it was more me just punishing myself with trying to learn LaserIO in mass quantity when I should have just been using it on singular blocks. So I look forward to using that on a little bit simpler of a setup, I think, in the future. For now, though, we've got our Klein Star Omega still going. And that completes that one. I now get the reward for that one, another Herculean flux storage. Oh, I also have nuggets and other stuff here. Like one of those, and then I can put them both back in there and get those quests completed. Neutronium nuggets, complete. Neutronium ingot, complete. Don't throw indoors. Make an endist pearl? That actually doesn't look too bad, though it does involve end stone. That leads me to believe that we should be heading to the end area soon and get some of those, maybe we do a boss fight or something like that, fighting one of those giant silverfish, mother silverfish things. I don't know anything about them. I know that they're giant silverfish. That is all I know. How difficult is it to make these? Neutronium ingots, I know how to do those. Gem boots? Hurricane boots? Press X to toggle step assist. Wait, what? You can do extra stuff with those? Okay. Infinity ingots. Oh, those require the infinity catalyst. Well, I can already make crystal matrix ingots. The neutronium ingots are just a matter of time at this point, which I could potentially work on things that are going to speed things up, like the watch of flowing time, or things like that. And then there's the infinity catalyst. Oof. To make the different things of that. And that's all these different singularities. Oh my gosh. And I think there's plenty more still to do in here. I don't know how much more I'm going to go with this, but there is, strangely, mechanism only lists polonium. And I don't know if I really want to pursue that or not. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like we're getting closer to the end of where I'm going to play in this pack, because whenever we get into Avaritia stuff, I tend to start like going a little bit nuts and like a little stir crazy and stopping myself at that point. But I think I'm going to just stop for this episode here where I'm at. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, you'd like to see more, perhaps, you know, you guys give me a little tips on the LaserIO. Maybe I'll do a little research myself so that I'll be a little more well-versed for it in the future. We can use that to our advantage. Please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Don't be afraid to share and spread the word to others. Come visit us on Twitch. We stream there regularly, and we upload those VODs to our other YouTube channel, Mischief of Mice 2. So until next time, folks, I'll see ya.